World Tour 15 concludes here at 349 in Canada for the running of the Turn of Death 500. Jacob Lawler takes the pole, and this chase race is going to be down to two drivers, RJ Bishop and George Rourke, separated by just 8 points for the 16th and final chase spot. They have wins, however, since there are more than 16 winners this season. Those two will battle it out for the 16th and final spot in the chase. Unless so, if a driver ahead of them in points, a non-winner, wins here at 349. Jacob Lawler's on the pole. Can he start off with one on the first lap, surviving the Turn of Death? He does. Jacob Lawler makes it through the Turn of Death, and I do apologize for the bit of lag you see in the beginning, but it does clear up. It does get better by the race's end. We had our first victim of the Turn of Death. It was Anthony Lopez. He got contact with Hergel Alonso, and they both spun on the Turn of Death. On the restart, Jacob Lawler trying to make it through for the second time, and second time was not the charm for Jacob Lawler. He becomes the latest victim of the Turn of Death. He loses the lead, and it goes to Eric Powers. Powers has a win this season with son Mason getting the win, so they're already in the chase, but they're hoping to get win number 2 to lock them up in the chase. And it's not going to happen this time because they became the next victims of the Turn of Death. That Turn of Death, though, you need to have perfect steering in order to get through it unscathed. And that's why it's the toughest corner of any NRG 3 track ever. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't. It's just a turn of chance and luck. And here the battle for the lead, Sam Rogers, Navarro, no way! Oh, they spun. Both drivers were battling for the lead after Powers spun out, and Navarro and Rogers became victims. And here's another look of the incident right here. Ooh, contact. Sam Rogers and Navarro both spun out of the lead, and they were battling for the lead, and they both spun out into the S curve. And that's a tough break for them. An ugly restart right here, as this was during the caution period. Benjamin Miles, Sean Harple got bumped out, but it wouldn't affect anything. But boy, I just wanted to show you that because it was pretty close, and it was pretty weird to see it under the caution flag lap. But here's on the restart, Chloe Baker took the lead on the restart, but she didn't get a good jump because the pace car just pivoted right onto pit road right after they crossed the start-finish line. And on top of that, Dion Scott, the lap car, was in front of her, so she couldn't really do anything. She really couldn't make any moves, and she loses the lead to Sean Harple in the 31. Harple has not won this season, neither has Curtis in the 31, so if they win, they're hoping to get high in points in order to knock both Bishop and Rourke out of the championship contention. Here comes Sean Harple's Turn of Death turn. Will he make it through? He will perfectly. Dion Scott, the lap car, spins out in front of them, but not a factor. It was never a factor to begin with, except for the restart there. But other than that, though, Sean Harple's able to make it through. And on the restart, he would take the lead. He would still have the lead with less than 10 to go, but he would have to face the Turn of Death for the second time. And he does just that. He makes it through the Turn of Death the second time, though barely. He went a little high up, a little high, but he does make it through the Turn of Death. And now for the third straight time, he's going to face off the Turn of Death. Right now, it has claimed only a few victims and a few leaders. Will it claim Sean Harple after the third time? And it won't claim Sean Harple. He did it again. 3 times in a row, he's made it through the Turn of Death unscathed. But he has to come down pit road. He comes down to the pits, and Zachary Fitzwater jumps right in front of him somehow. Zach Goldbeck's your new leader after pit stops. And, well, we had and then the caution flag came out, and guess who was the victim of the Turn of Death? George Rourke. Rourke's championship chase hopes are pretty much over after that incident with the Turn of Death. He needed to finish 9 positions ahead of RJ Bishop in the race, and he didn't do it, unfortunately, and his championship chase is over. Bishop still can get in, unless so if a non-winner wins here at 349. That's higher than them in points. And Jordan Davis got a good restart. He jumps off to the lead. Sean Harple lost the restart and dropped 3 positions to 4th place with 4 to go. He made it through the Turn of Death 3 times, but he could not make it through the restart. And he loses 5th eventually, and he would lose he would be down to 5th. 4 to go. Jordan Davis looks to make it through the turn of death. And he does. Near perfection. He gets a little high up, but he made it through the turn of death. But he loses the lead to O'Neal Balvin. Balvin made it through, and Balvin takes the lead with 3 laps to go. O'Neal looking to get the win to get into the chase with Mitchell Riggs as his teammate in the number 5. One more time at least at the turn of death. If there's a caution, the race is over. And will Balvin make it? He's not going to make it. He's too loose and he's off the track. He spins and the turn of death claims him. The caution is out for the final time. The race is over. And Jordan Davis, he dropped to 2nd on that lap, but that was probably part of his strategy in case of the turn of death claimed the leader. And Jordan Davis, he's had a rocky season this season, and now he's coming back to take the caution as the leader with 2 laps to go. And we had one more victim of the turn of death. That was Philip Goldberg. I do apologize for not getting it in time. Everything was happening so fast, and I wanted to focus only on the leader. But coming off the final corner, Jordan Davis is going to win here at 349, and hopefully that'll be enough points for him to get himself into the chase. If it does, then RJ Bishop and Daniel Voles would be eliminated. Rourke's already eliminated, so if Jordan Davis is high enough in points, they will eliminate Bishop and Voyles. So we'll show you the points, the final chase standings, the final points before the chase, and the chase standings heading into our first race of the chase. So updates will be up on Facebook, and we'll have it on YouTube as well, just in case for those who don't have Facebook. So hope you'll stick around, and we'll show you the chase field coming up later. Hope you enjoyed our race.